Wisconsin's Morning News. In studio now, host of What's on Tap here on WTMJ, Sandy Maxx, with all the stuff to do this weekend. Once again, too much to do.
Best
There
problem in
always
the world.
will be.
It's just too much
Exactly.
to do. I don't know.
Well, especially if you're trying to figure out something to do, it's almost too much
Well, right.
to narrow it down. So that's why I'm here to kind of help give you an overview, but also make maybe
I
a
struggle with the
suggestion.
Greek restaurant menu, where it's like 38 pages and you could have fish or lasagna or breakfast, and you're like, I don't know where to start. I want like a few pasta dishes, give me some steaks, some chops, a little bit of chicken, and we're done.
Got to go in a mood.
It's too much. Well, let's start with, this is the weekend ahead of Halloween.
Yes.
So is this the big weekend you think for Halloween, or is it next?
I think for trick-or-treaters.
Or are we just using it for both?
I think probably for both, but I'm seeing most everything jammed in this weekend. I'm not seeing a lot of Halloween parties,
okay.
Halloween events for after the 31st.
All right.
Even though Halloween is next Friday, the 31st, you'd think you'd stretch it out. But I will report next week if there are even more Halloween
Very well.
events.
What do you get? What
But
do you
right
like?
now, I mean, for the family fun and the neighborhood community fun, the Great Pumpkin Festival is happening now through Sunday in Whitefish Bay, an annual tradition where it was yesterday everybody dropped off their pumpkins, so now over 100 pumpkins are on display. And Vince, I feel like this happens in Greendale as
Yes.
well. I've been downtown
They
on
have
that
all
Main
the
Street
gourds
there.
that are carved out, and they
Yeah.
light them up at night, and it's quite a display. It looks like it's almost like, imagine bleachers, right? And it's several
Exactly.
levels.
Yeah,
I
like
think they do
wooden
it in
stair-
Bayview as well. They got a big one.
Yeah, so this is super fun. You'll find it in Whitefish Bay. These are all the carved pumpkins, but they kick it up a notch by having live music. So the Hungry Williams are performing tonight. A band called Bigger Boat is performing on Friday, and Saturday, Susie
Fantastic.
and the Detonators. So that's the Great Pumpkin Festival in Whitefish Bay. Tonight in West Allis, it's the first of two events. Night of the Living Gourds is tonight, which is just fun to say. And this is, of course, the gourds being the pumpkins. So pumpkin carving event. And the city, they provide the carving, the pumpkins. And the
That's
carving
nice. Oh, that's
supplies,
cool, yeah.
some spooky music. You can have some hot cider. And then all these carved pumpkins, they will go on display in West Allis for their Haunted Honey Creek event on Friday, where you can get paranormal tours of the West Allis Historical Society. You can even go on paranormal investigations tomorrow night at 9:30 and at 11:30. So maybe get a little paranormal experience, maybe have a little spooky action, and cemetery flashlight tours in Honey Creek Cemetery. Ghostbusters
That's
will be
all right,
on site with the Ecto
Yeah, well,
One car.
they should be.
Leaning all the way in, and instead of a beer garden, they have a fear garden.
Yeah, well, let me tell you.
Maybe we should get a fear district. We have a district for everything else, it seems like, in
They
Milwaukee.
did do that for a bit.
Yeah, didn't they
Yeah.
do
So
some Halloween-themed stuff? Right.
So nothing scary at the Fear District now, especially after last night's win. Thank you very much. The Wisconsin Science Festival is happening all around the state. It's the 15th Wisconsin Science Festival. Goes through Sunday, and one of the Halloween aspects is the Creepy Cosmos Planetarium Show. Friday and on Halloween Friday at 7 at the UW Milwaukee Planetarium, which you got to think there's going to be a good soundtrack for staring at the stars. But it's a fun way to enjoy the astronomical sciences and get to ask questions and have fun.
On
Look,
the
Adam, I say
go
Adam
ahead.
looked excited about this.
Oh, I am excited about everything that's coming up this weekend, including on the musical side of things.
Yes.
Because one of the things that I ranted and raved about a bit on Wisconsin's Afternoon News last week was the incredibly astronomically high prices for Rush concert tickets
that's
as
where
they
the
go.
astronomy ties in. Okay,
Exactly. So those ticket prices are just ludicrously high, and I'm not going to pay $400, much as I love them, to go see them in a nosebleed seat at the United Center.
And
but
it's two of the surviving members of Rush.
correct, Getty and Alex.
Yes.
But right here this weekend, there might be a better option for me and a much more affordable one at that.
And a local band, the Rush Tribute Project. They are, I mean, you can't casually emulate Rush's music.
That's
People have
hard, right?
tried.
It is mathematic, it's academic, yet it has a soul and it has this proficiency and virtuosity. So, and it brings people together. And so the Rush Tribute Project, Adam, it sounds like could be where you should be Saturday night at the Pabst Theater. And like I said,
the Pabst.
it's so cool that they're local. And they're also downtown. Get ready because some of Wisconsin Avenue is going to be blocked off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because widespread panic is back in Milwaukee. The jam
they
band
literally
from Georgia.
shut down the street because, well, outside of the fact that people
a
just
happy
are
way.
want to mill around and hang because that's the kind of band that Widespread is. But also, like, they have like it's like a street festival,
Yeah,
right?
there on that corner at Wisconsin.
Instead of fight
and
it, they just
Plankinton.
decided to embrace it.
Which I think is great because music brings the community together, and this is an annual tradition. So even though the shows are sold out, there's a free post-show block party. Free pre-show block party each night with live music, including one of the fellas from String Cheese Incident is playing. So if you love jam bands, like this is the place to be. So you can still get in on your live music, and then afterwards, every night, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, post-show party at Moe's Irish Pub. So no reason you can't get your jam band on this weekend. And if you like comedy, Saturday Night Live, Andrew Dismukes, he's going to be at the Milwaukee Improv in Brookfield Friday and Saturday.
All right, that's cool.
He's been a cast member for 3 years, but I just found out he's been a writer for about 3 or 4 years before that. So I guess he knows his comedy. And if you like improv,
Which I do.
Colin Mockery and Brad Sherwood have a new show together. You know them from Whose Line Is It Anyway? They have a new show called Asking for Trouble, and that's tomorrow night at Madison's Overture Center for the Arts.
I would make that drive. I saw Who's Live, Ryan Stiles and Greg Proops and some of the guys from the show. They played at the Riverside Theater. It was a fantastic show about a month ago.
Yeah.
Last thing for you before you go.
Yeah.
How much longer to see Fiddler on the Roof at
This is
Skylight?
the
I heard you talking about it earlier.
weekend.
So
Closing
this is your
weekend for
last
Fiddler.
chance.
And this is one of those Violins of Hope Wisconsin events where that music that you hear that is so
Yeah.
crucial to the story of Fiddler on the Roof, that is one of the instruments rescued from the Holocaust that Kimmy Hansen, one of the Whiskey Bells,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
performing in that. Yeah, it's a great performance, closing weekend, and it is opening weekend of Bed and Breakfast of the Damned, a zombie farce at Broadway.
As we bring
Theater
you back
Center. Exactly,
to
to
Halloween.
Halloween from the Constructivists. So get out, have some fun. We'll post links to all these on WTMJ.com shortly.
Host of What's on Tap, Sandy Maxx. Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you.
9:52 on Wisconsin's Morning News.